Hi, welcome to part 2 of Scams. Be aware and be wary. I'm Assistant Medina County Prosecutor Thomas Condosta. Please, folks, if you haven't seen part 1 yet, please do so. This is part 2 of the presentation on scams, recognition, and prevention. I'm going to start off talking about email scams because they are so prevalent. Everyone has email and everyone's facing possibility of scams. One of the things we talk about is phishing. Phishing with a PH is pretty much like phishing with an F. What they're trying to do is cast out a line and reel you in. Phishing schemes take on the appearance of a legitimate email. They may even appear to be from a company you're familiar with. Now with artificial intelligence, especially, they're able to make these things look real official. But I'm going to give you some clues on how to see through that. So what is phishing? Phishing, pronounced phishing with a PH. The fraudulent practice of sending emails purporting to be from reputable companies in order to induce individuals to reveal personal information, such as passwords and credit card numbers. So for example, I'm from the bank. I'm from Amazon. I'm from Microsoft. And they're not. And the email may look like it has the logo of all those companies. Be careful. So what is spoofing then? Well, email spoofing, very similar to phishing, is a technique used in spam and phishing attacks to trick users into thinking a message came from a person or entity, corporation, they either know or they can trust. In spoofing attacks, the email headers, the logos up at the top, the addresses seem like they're legitimate, but they're often not. The software displays fraudulent sender addresses. The receiver, us, we trust it because it looks so good. Unless you inspect the header more closely, users see the forged sender in a message. If it's a name they recognize, they're more likely to trust it. Again, before you click, think about it. Look at it. People tend to click malicious links, open malware attachments, send sensitive data. Now you're in trouble. So here's one. Can you spot the difference here? www.dollarbank.com versus www.dollarbank.com. Looks the same, right? What could be the difference? Well, folks, this is shorter than this. Why is that? These are L's, those are capital I's. You see that? Capital I's, small L's. Hard to see, but if you're paying attention, and that's what I'm trying to encourage you to do, you can obviously see the difference when you stare at it. But if I didn't point that out, most people say, it's the same. I don't see any difference. An average internet user can easily fall for this. Be careful. For every text or email requiring you to click on a link over your cursor or mouse over the hyperlink to possibly see the misdirection. So what I'm saying there is, it's telling you to click on it right away. Look at it. Be real careful, because what it is, it's sending you somewhere totally different than where you thought you were going. Here's another one. See if you can spot the difference here. Maybanktoyou.com is not the same as maybanktoyou.com. Citibank.com is not the same as citibank.com. And you're saying, Mr. Condosta, it's the same thing. I'm looking at it. It's the same thing. Is it? Let's look at the A's. That's a correct small a. What is this? How about here? Correct small a. What is this? That's a letter from another language. That's not English. I know we oftentimes draw our A's that way, but when we type them, this is the correct A. You see how subtle they can be? And that's how they get you. So again, look at these things carefully, especially before you click on anything. I want to talk quickly about a computer virus warning. We get these a lot, okay? Let me tell you this. This is the tech support scam. They're here to help you. No, they're not. Tech support scams, Microsoft, Apple, they have millions and millions of customers. They weren't just going through their accounts one day and said, oh, Mrs. Smith is having some problems. Let's give her a call. Let's contact her to help her out. And what they do is, folks, they say, we can fix your computer, but it's going to cost you. I just had one, folks. $15,000 this woman paid in cryptocurrency, which she didn't have, and they helped her set up an account. And we couldn't get that back because by the time she realized it, it was too late. The FBI agent I work with at the Scam Squad told me 3 to 5 days is really it. So if you ever think you're being scammed or you were scammed, call immediately. Call the Scam Squad, call the police. Got to be quick. These tech support scams, also known as computer repair scams, often begin when consumers receive a phone call or warning message claiming that there's a problem. It's going to be from Microsoft, Dell, HP, Apple, Facebook, or Google. They may ask you to follow a series of instructions to give them access to your device. Ultimately, they're going to ask for payment, personal information to fix the problem. Sometimes they say, pornography has been detected, and they may have to get the police involved unless they get the money from you. Yeah, they're very good. Be careful. They're never going to contact you this way. If you have a problem with your device, what you do is you call either your provider, you call your computer, wherever you bought the computer from, Geek Squad, call them directly. Okay, do not rely on these tech support people. You can't trust them. They're scams. All right? Legitimate technology companies do not provide technical support this way. If you are having problems with your device, contact the manufacturer, service provider directly using technical support contact information or the information on their official website, or really on whatever bill you have. You can trust the information on your bill. All right, so some helpful contacts I have up here. Credit Bureau customer service phone numbers. Each major credit bureau has a main customer service phone number. So here, the 3 main ones are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. I have the phone numbers up there. One of the things you can do, folks, especially our senior folk, is if you're no longer in the market to buy a house, a car, or something large, or get more credit cards, you don't need the credit. Freeze the credit. And it's as easy to freeze as unfreeze. So if it came up that you did need it at some point, you could unfreeze your credit. How do I freeze the credit? Call one of these agencies, tell them you want to put a freeze on your credit. They'll do it for you. They alert everyone else. This way, no one can get credit in your name, including buying a car in your name, getting credit cards in your name, opening up accounts in your name. Federal Trade Commission, www.ftc.gov. That's where you can report identity theft or scams, the Ohio Attorney General. And the Better Business Bureau here in Medina County, the Akron Better Business Bureau is the one to contact. Let's protect ourselves from scams. How do I protect myself? Recognize scam attempts End all communication immediately. With artificial intelligence, just a few words, they can duplicate a whole conversation. So be real careful. Don't even keep them on the line thinking you're wasting their time. No, you may be giving them more information than you think you are. Resist the pressure to act quickly. Remember the urgency. Scammers create that sense of urgency to produce fear and lure victims into immediate action. Call the police. Call the scam squad. I'll walk you through it. Be cautious of unsolicited phone calls, mailing, door-to-door service, all right? Anything you didn't ask for, you don't want. If you weren't looking for it, don't go finding it. Never give or send any personal or identifiable information to anybody. Don't send money out before you get the property or if you've looked at the property. We've had a lot of pet scams, for example, in recent times. People have been calling. They see something where someone's selling a very exotic animal, and you send the money, they say they'll deliver the pet, and they never show up. Make sure you see the pet before you do it, or better yet, adopt a pet. Make sure all your computer antivirus and security software and malware protections are up to date. Most of the time they are. They come with the services you have. If your device has a pop-up message that the screen is locked and you can't get through, here's what you do. Immediately shut it off. Pull the plug. Wait a few minutes. Oftentimes that'll fix the problem. If you engage with any phone number that they're giving you, again, you're opening yourself up to scam. Be careful of what you download. Do not download anything you can't be sure of, and take precautions to protect your identity. If someone did gain access, that means changing bank accounts. That means calling the credit bureaus that I put up earlier, put a freeze on your credit, change your bank accounts, change your credit cards. Yeah, it's a hassle. Better that than having your credit ruined by a scammer. Be alert to calls or emails that demand immediate payment. Nothing is that important and that immediate. Don't let anyone pressure you into signing a contract or buying a product or service, all right? It may sound good at the time. Anybody who's selling anything, you tell them, I want to think about it, and you do. Remember, you can't win a lottery or sweepstakes without entering. Never give your banking information. Be wary of someone you meet on social media. We talked about that with the romance scams. Don't make friends that easily. I know that sounds terrible, but it's so easy to click the friend request and say yes. Don't click on someone you don't know. You don't know what you're asking for. And the best way to prevent scams from claiming victims is to talk about them open and honestly. If you think something's a scam, again, call the scam squad. I'll give you that phone number again. Talk to children, husband, wife, friends, family. They'll help you look at it. It's always good to have another set of eyes. How to report a scam? Write down the following. You'll want to write down the names of the scammer and company, date of contact, method of communication, methods of payment, phone numbers, email addresses. As you can see, all of that information would be important to the police, and it's important to me here at the Scam Squad because I keep statistics, and when other people call, I say, I've dealt with this before. So not only are you helping yourself, you're helping others and being a good neighbor. Remember, any questions before you click, before you do anything, I'm not sure, you call the Medina County Scam Squad. 1-877-SCAM-550. Again, I'm Thomas Condosta. I am the director. You're going to be talking to me. I'll help you out. Thanks again, folks, and be aware and be wary.